Chosen one. You are not here by accident. You were drawn to this moment by divine appointment and perfect timing because heaven has marked this hour for you. What you are about to hear is not motivation, it is activation. The Spirit is speaking directly to your life, your calling and your provision. Anointed One, you are standing on the edge of a supernatural shift, a divine wealth transfer that God reserved for those who would not bow, break, or compromise. As it is written, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. Prepare your heart. What unfolds next will confirm who you are and unlock what has been waiting for you. Chosen One. Pause for a moment and breathe this in. What you are feeling right now is not imagination, it is recognition. Something shifted recently, not around you, but within you. Heaven saw it, hell felt it, and you may not have had words for it, but your spirit knew the weight of that moment. This is not a message for everyone. This is a summons for the Anointed One who chose integrity when no one was watching and obedience when compromise would have paid faster. There is a reason the devil does not kneel. It is not pride alone, it is identity. From the beginning, he refused alignment with God's design for humanity. Scripture tells us that rebellion was found in him not because he lacked power, but because he despised order that placed human souls above his own authority. Submission was never an option for him. Loss was preferable. Defeat was tolerable. Kneeling was not. And yet, Chosen One, something broke that ancient pattern. What happened in your life recently looked small on the outside. No thunder, no voices, no witnesses, just you alone faced with a decision that pressed against your survival instinct. I know this moment because I have stood in it myself. Bills due, pressure mounting, an opportunity that looked like provision but carried a quiet violation of who I knew God was shaping me to be. Nothing illegal, nothing dramatic, just a slight bending of truth, a small compromise that promised relief. You know that moment too. The world calls that moment practical, heaven calls it a test, and hell monitors it closely. You chose the harder path, not because you're perfect, not because you're fearless, but because something inside you would not allow peace to be purchased at the cost of integrity. That decision did not just affect your conscience, it triggered an alert in the unseen realm. Darkness recognizes moral authority faster than people do. The moment you chose integrity over survival, a line was crossed that could not be uncrossed. Chosen One, hell studies patterns. It predicts human behavior with terrifying accuracy. Hunger breaks people, fear bends people, desperation buys loyalty. But when you said no to what would have solved everything, the model failed. And when the model fails, panic follows. This is where your story stops being ordinary. You were flagged not because you are loud, gifted, or visible, but because your integrity is not situational. It is structural. That kind of soul cannot be negotiated with, cannot be rushed, cannot be bribed, and that makes you dangerous to systems built on pressure and compromise. I want you to hear this clearly. Your recent exhaustion was not weakness, it was resistance. Your confusion was not delay, it was discernment forming. You were being weighed, measured, and observed. Not by God, he already knew your heart, but by forces that needed to know whether you were breakable. Then came the second test. Someone hurt you, deeply, and for once the universe handed you the power to respond. You could have exposed them. You could have ended them socially, financially, emotionally, and no one would have blamed you. In fact, people would have applauded. I know this test too. Revenge that feels like justice is one of the most intoxicating offers on earth. But again, you chose differently. Not because you forgot the pain, not because you excused the damage, but because something in you refuses to perpetuate cycles that destroyed you. That decision terrified darkness more than your integrity did, because incorruptible souls are rare. But souls that heal instead of retaliate are catastrophic to systems of control. Chosen one. This is when the devil realized he was not dealing with potential. He was dealing with essence. When strength, integrity, and compassion coexist in one soul, hierarchy collapses. There is nothing to threaten, nothing to leverage, nothing to distort. And that is when recognition happens, not honor. Recognition. In hell, recognition is shown through submission. This is why your financial pressure is about to reverse. Not because you chased money, but because you refuse to be owned by it. This is why doors are aligning quietly. Not loudly, not chaotically, strategically. Heaven supports what hell cannot manipulate. You are standing at the edge of a transfer, not just of resources, but of authority. Provision follows alignment. Promotion follows proof. And you have proven something that cannot be taught. Chosen one. There is a moment in every divine story where heaven responds not to prayers but to proof, not to words but to weight. What happened after that unseen kneeling was not reaction, it was confirmation. Heaven had been watching quietly, patiently, allowing your choices to speak louder than any declaration you could make with your mouth. You need to understand something sacred here. God does not intervene in every battle because intervention can interrupt formation. Strength that is given too early never matures. Authority that is handed out without testing cannot be sustained. But there are moments so rare that heaven pauses to witness them, moments where a soul demonstrates something eternal while trapped inside temporary flesh. That is the moment you crossed. When darkness realized it could not corrupt you, heaven recognized that you could be trusted. Trust is the currency of promotion in the spiritual realm, and trust is earned through consistency under pressure. You did not hold integrity once. You held it repeatedly, when it hurt, when it cost you, when no one would have known if you chose otherwise. This is why things in your life have felt delayed and accelerated at the same time. You were not being withheld from blessing. You were being positioned for stewardship. There is a difference. Blessing can be received. Stewardship must be earned. I want to speak plainly here from lived experience. I have watched people pray for overflow while quietly leaking integrity. I have watched doors open fast and close violently because character could not carry what favor delivered. God is not punishing you by making you wait. He is protecting what He plans to place in your hands. The financial pressure you have been under has been intentional, not to break you, but to prove where your allegiance truly rests. Scripture hints at this when it says that faithful stewardship over little leads to rulership over much. Not because God is impressed by smallness, but because He watches how you carry weight when no one is clapping. Chosen one. Your breakthrough is not random, it is aligned. Heaven responds to souls who will not sell their future for immediate relief. That is why what is coming will not look like a lottery win. It will look like favor with structure, opportunity with stability, provision with peace. You are not stepping into chaotic abundance. You are stepping into ordered increase. This is also why certain people have begun to fall away from your life without confrontation. You did not outgrow them intellectually. You outgrew them energetically. Your frequency shifted, and what cannot rise will remove itself. This is not loss. This is mercy. You may have noticed recently that conversations feel different, that silence feels heavier, that you are more aware of motives, including your own. That is discernment sharpening, not suspicion. Discernment. the ability to see without reacting, to observe without absorbing, to choose without explaining. That is the posture of someone being trusted with influence. And yes, influence includes finances. Money is not evil. Misalignment is. Wealth is a tool. In the wrong hands, it amplifies corruption. In the right hands, it accelerates restoration. Heaven is not allergic to wealth. It is cautious about who carries it. You are being prepared not just to receive, but to steward in a way that heals rather than dominates. You are about to notice something else. Opportunities that once tempted you to compromise will return in purified form. Same door, different spirit, same industry, different alignment. Where you once had to choose between survival and integrity, you will soon choose between good and greater. That is promotion. This does not mean life becomes effortless. It means resistance changes shape. Instead of fighting to survive, you will learn to govern. Instead of begging for doors to open, you will discern which ones deserve your presence. Chosen. One surrender is not losing control. It is releasing false control, the illusion that you had to manipulate outcomes to survive. Heaven is teaching you how to move without striving, how to wait without anxiety, how to act without fear. And here is the most important truth. The authority that caused darkness to kneel was not power over others. It was mastery over self. That is the highest rank a human soul can carry. When your desires obey your values, you become ungovernable by external pressure. This is why peace is returning before abundance. This is why clarity is coming before expansion. God is aligning your inner world so your outer world does not destroy you when it accelerates. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. Heaven is not shocked by who you are becoming. Heaven always knew, and now it is responding. Chosen one. Listen carefully. What you are stepping into now is not just resistance from darkness, it is recognition. There is a difference. Resistance tries to stop you. Recognition admits you cannot be stopped. And somewhere deep in the unseen, that shift has already occurred. You need to understand something about why the pressure intensified before everything broke open. Darkness does not react emotionally. It reacts strategically. It does not attack what is weak. It studies what is becoming dangerous. And what made you dangerous was not power, influence, or position. It was integrity under pressure. There was a moment in your life when you chose what cost you instead of what saved you. No one applauded. No one even knew. But heaven recorded it, and hell recalculated everything it thought it knew about you. That decision did something irreversible. It marked you as uncontrollable. Chosen one. The devil does not kneel to force. He kneels to authority he cannot corrupt. That is why the attack shifted from temptation to intimidation, from offers to pressure, from distractions to exhaustion. You felt it as weariness. Heaven saw it as refinement. I want to speak personally here. There were seasons in my own life when I wondered why doing the right thing seemed to make life harder instead of easier. I watched others cut corners and advance while I stayed still. I watched people compromise and prosper while I waited. And I questioned God quietly, not in anger, but in confusion. What I learned is this: integrity delays gratification, but it accelerates destiny. What you are experiencing now is acceleration. That is why things feel unstable. Old structures cannot hold what you are carrying anymore. Relationships that once felt safe now feel tight. Environments that once tolerated you now feel hostile. This is not rejection. This is incompatibility. Chosen one. When God begins a supernatural transfer, He first removes you from places where you would leak it. That is why certain doors closed without explanation. That is why some people drifted without conflict. Heaven was protecting what was coming to you from being diluted. Scripture says that promotion does not come from the east or the west, but from God alone. Notice it does not say promotion comes without pressure. It says it comes without human control. What is arriving in your life now cannot be negotiated, manipulated, or stolen. It must be handed. That is why darkness stepped back. It realized it could no longer bargain with you. You could not be bought. You could not be rushed. You could not be scared into surrender. That kind of soul changes the balance of power. Chosen. 1. I know you have felt alone in this process. That isolation was not abandonment. It was insulation. God often isolates what He is about to elevate, so it does not absorb the wrong voices at the wrong moment. Silence was not punishment. It was calibration. And now the calibration is complete. You are entering a season where provision will look precise, not excessive. Timely, not chaotic. What arrives will meet the need exactly, not inflate the ego. This is how divine transfer works. It comes clean. It comes aligned. It comes without strings. You may notice opportunities appearing that feel peaceful instead of urgent. That is a sign. You may notice favor showing up without you chasing it. That is confirmation. You may notice people suddenly respecting boundaries they once ignored. That is authority settling in. Do not rush this season. Walk steadily. Speak less than you think. Let results speak. When God promotes you, He does not announce it with noise. He confirms it with stability. Chosen one. The reason the devil knelt was not because you fought harder. It was because you refused to become like him to win. You broke a pattern older than memory. You proved that strength and compassion can coexist. That integrity does not weaken power, it defines it. What comes next will require humility to carry. You will be trusted with influence, resources, or access that once felt distant. Guard your heart. Stay clean. Stay grounded. What you carry now can bless many or burden you if mishandled. Remember this: you did not arrive here by ambition. You arrived here by obedience, and obedience keeps you safe where power alone would destroy you. Chosen one, breathe. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. Heaven is not surprised by what you are becoming. Darkness already adjusted to it. And now you move forward, not as someone trying to prove anything, but as someone who has already been recognized in realms that matter. Chosen one. Now that recognition has settled and the noise has quieted, a new responsibility rests on you. Authority changes how the world responds to you, but it also tests how you respond to the world. This is where many fall, not because they lacked power, but because they forgot posture. Power reveals who you are. Authority requires who you remain. You are learning how to walk without proving, how to speak without defending, how to lead without announcing. This is unfamiliar territory, because your old seasons trained you to survive. This season is teaching you to steward. Survival sharpens reflexes. Stewardship sharpens restraint. I want to be honest with you. There will be moments when you could leverage your position for speed. When shortcuts present themselves again, only now they wear better clothes and sound more reasonable. The temptation will not be obvious wrongdoing. It will be efficiency without wisdom, influence without accountability, gain without grounding. This is where discernment becomes your shield. Chosen. One, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less often. You do not need to shrink to be holy. You need to stay aligned. Pride is loud because it is insecure. Authority is quiet because it is settled. You will notice something subtle. People will begin to test your boundaries differently. Some will admire you genuinely. Some will try to attach themselves to what you carry. Others will quietly compete. Do not react. Observe. Authority grows when it is not provoked into performance. There is a scripture that says, "The meek shall inherit the earth." Meekness is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is the ability to act without being triggered, to respond without being pulled, to choose timing over impulse. This is where your integrity continues to matter, not as a badge, but as a compass. I have seen people step into blessing and lose themselves trying to maintain it. They confuse momentum with calling. They chase applause and forget peace. They keep moving because stopping would expose emptiness. You will not make that mistake because your foundation was built in obscurity, not attention. Remember how it felt when no one saw you, when obedience cost you comfort, when silence was your only companion. Carry that memory gently. It will keep you clean. Chosen. One, authority attracts responsibility. You may find people confiding in you without invitation, bringing you problems you did not create, looking to you for answers you do not owe. Learn this now. Compassion does not mean absorption. You can care without carrying. You can listen without fixing. You can support without saving. Your role is not to be everything to everyone. It is to be faithful with what God placed in your hands. This season will also ask you to forgive again, not because wounds reopened, but because growth requires release. Forgiveness at this level is not emotional. It is strategic. Unforgiveness ties you to places you have outgrown. You do not revisit to heal, you release to advance. There will be moments when old voices resurface, questioning your worth, your timing, your right to be here. They are echoes, not warnings. Do not argue with echoes. Keep moving. Provision will continue to align as you do, not extravagantly, intelligently. Doors will open that require wisdom to enter and humility to navigate. Some opportunities will look impressive, but drain your peace. Decline them without guilt. Peace is a signpost now. Chosen. One, rest is no longer laziness. It is maintenance. You cannot carry authority while exhausted. Protect your rhythms, guard your mind, simplify where possible. Complexity often hides insecurity. I want to speak to your inner life. Prayer will feel different now. Less asking, more listening, less urgency, more clarity. Trust that silence is still communion. God is not distant. He is steady. As you walk forward, your presence will begin to influence rooms without effort. People will feel calmer or more exposed or more honest around you. Let that be enough. You do not need to convince. Your consistency will teach. There may be a temptation to withdraw completely to protect what you have built. Do not isolate. Discern. Community does not mean access. Choose wisely. Depth over numbers. Alignment over familiarity. Chosen. One, authority does not demand loyalty. It inspires it. If you ever feel the need to control outcomes, pause. That is fear speaking. You have already been proven. Trust the process that brought you here. Finally, remember this. You are not here to dominate, impress, or outpace others. You are here to model what integrity looks like when it is rewarded, to show that power does not have to corrupt, that influence does not have to harden, that success does not have to hollow the soul. Walk gently, stand firmly, speak honestly, rest regularly. The kneeling you witnessed was not the end of conflict, it was the end of bargaining. Darkness no longer negotiates with you, it avoids you, and heaven watches not to intervene, but to delight. You are carrying this season well. Keep going, chosen one. There comes a moment when growth no longer feels dramatic. No lightning, no announcement, just momentum. Quiet, steady, undeniable momentum. This is where you are now. What once required effort is beginning to flow. What once resisted is starting to cooperate. Not because circumstances changed, but because you did. You may notice that answers arrive faster than questions, that decisions feel clearer, that confusion no longer lingers the way it used to. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. When integrity and timing meet, life begins to accelerate without chaos. I want to speak honestly about this phase. It is subtle, and because of that, many underestimate it. They expect fireworks and misformation. But heaven does its deepest work in silence. Seeds do not grow loudly, they grow correctly. Chosen one. You are entering a season where preparation gives way to positioning. You are no longer being shaped for someday, you are being placed for now. That can feel disorienting, especially if you spent years waiting, praying, holding back. Suddenly movement begins, and it feels almost undeserved. Let go of that thought. Readiness is not measured by ease, it is measured by obedience over time. You may feel a gentle urgency, not panic, but precision, a sense that certain delays are no longer permitted, that certain habits must change, that certain conversations need to end. This is not pressure, this is refinement. When purpose draws near, distractions lose tolerance. There is a scripture that says God orders the steps of the righteous. Notice it does not say he explains every step. Trust is required here. You will be asked to move without full visibility, but with full peace. If peace leaves, pause. If clarity remains, proceed. Financial shifts may begin quietly, not a sudden windfall, but stability replacing strain, opportunity replacing survival, stewardship replacing scrambling. You will find yourself thinking differently about money. Less fear, more wisdom, less urgency, more discernment. This is part of the transfer. Wealth is not just what arrives, it is what no longer controls you. Chosen one, do not rush to announce progress. Protect what is forming. Premature exposure can invite unnecessary opinions. Let fruit speak when it is ripe. You do not owe explanations for obedience. Relationships will continue to recalibrate. Some connections will deepen naturally. Others will fade without conflict. Allow this. Growth requires room. You cannot expand while holding what belongs to a previous version of yourself. There may be moments when you miss who you were not, because you want to return, but because familiarity feels safe. Honor the journey without longing for it. You are not losing yourself. You are refining yourself. I want to share something personal. There were seasons in my life when I thought delay meant denial. I questioned my worth because doors stayed closed longer than I expected. But looking back, I see mercy. I see protection. I see timing. Had certain things arrived earlier, they would have crushed me instead of carried me. You are spared the weight of what you were not yet built to hold. Chosen. One discernment will sharpen now. You will sense when something is off before it manifests. Listen to that. Your intuition is not anxiety. It is awareness trained by experience and prayer. You may feel called to simplify, to remove clutter, both physical and emotional. Follow that instinct. Simplicity makes space for clarity. Clarity makes space for power. This season is also about consistency. Small choices repeated daily will carry more weight than grand gestures. Faithfulness will outpace intensity. Show up. Do what you said you would do. Rest when needed. Repeat. There will be opportunities to step forward publicly, to be seen, to be acknowledged. Take them when they align. Decline them when they do not. Visibility is not validation. Impact matters more than recognition. Chosen one, you are becoming trustworthy with influence. That is rare. Heaven entrusts influence only to those who can carry it without losing love. Guard your heart. Stay teachable. Remain grounded. Moments of testing may still arise, but they will feel different, less dramatic, more internal. Choices between ego and humility, speed and patience, control and surrender. Choose wisely. These decisions shape longevity. As you move forward, remember this: you are not chasing destiny. Destiny is unfolding because you stayed faithful when it was quiet, because you chose integrity when it cost you, because you waited without bitterness. The acceleration you feel is not accidental, it is authorized. Keep walking. Keep listening, keep trusting. What is ahead will require you not a louder version of you, but a truer one, and you are ready. Chosen one. There is a difference between being prepared and being entrusted. Preparation shapes you. Trust releases you. What you are experiencing now is not another lesson. It is permission. Heaven is allowing you to carry more because you have proven you can carry yourself. This season feels quieter on the surface, but heavier in meaning. Decisions matter more. Words land deeper. Your presence carries consequence. This is not pressure placed on you. This is authority resting with you. Authority does not shout. It settles. You may notice that people respond to you differently now. Some listen more closely, some grow uncomfortable, some feel exposed without knowing why. Do not be alarmed. Light reveals by existing. You are not here to manage reactions. You are here to remain aligned. Anointed one, trust from heaven comes with discernment, not instructions. You will not be told every move. You will sense it, when to speak, when to remain silent, when to advance, when to wait. Learn to honor that inner restraint. It is guidance, not hesitation. There is a scripture that speaks of being faithful with little before being entrusted with much. Many misunderstand this. It is not about quantity, it is about posture. You were faithful when no one affirmed you, when outcomes were uncertain, when obedience felt unrewarded. That posture qualified you for this moment. You may feel an unusual calm around things that once consumed your prayers. That is not complacency, that is resolution. When heaven resolves a matter, anxiety leaves first. Circumstances follow later. Trust the order. Chosen one. Stewardship now extends beyond actions into atmosphere. What you allow near you matters. What you entertain mentally matters. What you tolerate emotionally matters. You are learning that peace is not passive. It is protected. Opportunities will continue to present themselves. Some will look good. Some will look godly. Not all are assigned. Discernment is not about choosing between wrong and right. It's about choosing between right and aligned. Aligned choices preserve momentum. I want to speak personally here. There were moments when I mistook urgency for calling. I moved too quickly, spoke too soon, said yes without listening fully. It cost me peace. What you are learning now is wisdom that saves time later. Delay is not denial when it protects destiny. You may also notice that old patterns no longer work. Coping mechanisms, distractions, even certain comforts. This is not punishment. This is growth. What sustained you in survival cannot sustain you in stewardship. Anointed one, There will be moments when you feel the weight of responsibility without immediate affirmation. That is where humility deepens. You are not sustained by applause, you are sustained by alignment. If no one notices, heaven still does. Rest will become essential now, not escape, but restoration. You cannot pour from depletion. Protect your sleep, guard your thoughts, simplify your schedule. Authority requires clarity. There may be moments when you question if you are doing enough. Release that thought. Faithfulness is not frantic. You are not required to exhaust yourself to prove obedience. Fruit grows best in steady conditions. You are also learning the power of no, not harshly, peacefully. No to distraction, no to unnecessary conflict, no to carrying what was never assigned. Every no protects a yes somewhere else. Chosen. One trust also brings accountability. Not condemnation, but refinement. When correction comes, receive it. Correction from heaven is confirmation that you are still being shaped, not discarded. As you move forward, you will sense when something is complete. Conversations, assignments, seasons, honor endings. Closure creates capacity. You are entering a phase where your integrity speaks before you do, where your consistency opens doors, where your restraint builds respect. This is not accidental, it is cultivated. Do not rush to arrive. You are already positioned. Walk with intention, speak with clarity, rest with confidence. Heaven is not watching to catch you fail. Heaven is partnering to see you flourish. Carry this season gently, carry it honestly, carry it faithfully. You have been trusted, and you are ready. Chosen one. There is a sacred moment when destiny stops feeling distant and starts responding. Not loudly, not dramatically, but unmistakably. This is that moment. You are no longer calling into the void. What you release now echoes, and something answers. You may notice that life is beginning to mirror your inner alignment. Conversations arrive at the right time. Resources surface without panic. Doors open that you did not force. This is not chance. This is resonance. When your inner world aligns with truth, the outer world rearranges itself. Anointed one. You are learning that authority is not about control, it is about coherence. Your thoughts, values, and actions are beginning to move as one. That unity is powerful. Darkness exploits division within the soul. Integrity removes the entry point. There was a season when you prayed for clarity and received endurance instead. You asked for answers and were given patience. At the time, it felt unfair. Now you see it was necessary. Clarity without character collapses under pressure. You were built to last. You may feel an increasing sensitivity now. Not weakness, but awareness. You sense when something is misaligned quickly. You feel when words carry weight. You recognize when silence is required. This is spiritual maturity expressing itself through discernment. There is a scripture that says, "Deep calls unto deep." What is happening now is not surface-level favor. It is depth responding to depth. The work you allowed God to do privately is now producing visible alignment publicly. Chosen one. There will be moments when destiny asks something of you before you feel fully ready. Do not confuse readiness with confidence. You may feel reverent hesitation, but not fear. Step forward anyway. Courage at this level feels quiet, not bold. People may begin to seek your counsel, not because you advertise wisdom, but because you embody peace. You will not always have answers, and that is fine. Presence is often more powerful than solutions. Listening will do more than speaking. You may also notice resistance appearing in subtler forms. Not opposition, but distraction. Not attack, but dilution. Be mindful of where your attention goes. Attention is currency now. Spend it wisely. I want to ground this moment in reality. There will still be ordinary days, tasks, responsibilities, repetition. Destiny does not exempt you from routine. It infuses routine with meaning. Do not despise the ordinary. That is where consistency proves itself. Anointed One provision will continue to align with obedience, sometimes quickly, sometimes gradually, but always precisely. Trust the pacing. What arrives slowly often stays longer. You're also learning the cost of discernment. You will see things others do not. Patterns, motives, outcomes. Resist the urge to correct everything you notice. Wisdom knows when to speak and when to intercede quietly. Chosen One. Humility will remain essential here. The more alignment you walk in, the easier it is to forget where you came from. Remember the nights of uncertainty, the prayers whispered in exhaustion. That memory will keep you grounded without pulling you backward. There may be moments when you outgrow environments you once prayed to belong in. Release without bitterness. Gratitude honors the season. Clinging delays the future. Your influence is expanding not because you are trying to lead, but because you are stable. Stability attracts trust. Trust creates opportunity. Opportunity amplifies impact. Do not rush to define yourself by what you do next. Identity is not task-based. You are valuable before, during, and after every assignment. This keeps your soul safe from striving. Chosen. One destiny is not demanding perfection from you. It is responding to authenticity. Show up as you are aligned, surrendered, willing. That is enough. As you continue, you will feel moments of confirmation that cannot be explained logically. Peace that arrives before evidence. Assurance that precedes outcome. These are markers. Pay attention to them. You are no longer preparing to step in. You are stepping in while still learning. That balance is sacred. Walk steadily. Listen closely. Stay honest. Destiny is no longer ahead of you. It is walking with you. Chosen One. This is the phase where your life itself answers questions without words. You are no longer here to explain what God has done. You are here to embody it. The proof is no longer in what you say, but in how you move, how you choose, how you remain steady when others rush, react, or retreat. There is a sacred shift that happens when destiny no longer needs to introduce itself. It simply arrives with you. This is that shift. You are not walking louder, you are walking truer, and truth carries its own authority. You may notice that the desire to be understood has faded, not because you stopped caring, but because clarity replaced insecurity. When you are aligned, misunderstanding does not threaten you. Silence does not diminish you. You know who you are standing with. Chosen One. This is where consistency becomes the testimony, not intensity, not charisma. Consistency. The same integrity when unseen, the same restraint when provoked, the same compassion when it would be easier to detach. This is not accidental. This is refinement completed. There is a quiet scripture that lives in this season. Let your light shine before others. Not so you are praised, but so truth is visible. Light does not chase attention. It illuminates by existing. You may find that your presence now creates contrast, not conflict. Contrast. People become more aware of themselves around you. Some feel inspired, some feel exposed, some feel uncomfortable without knowing why. This is not your responsibility to manage. Alignment reveals. You remain steady. Anointed One. This season teaches you that power does not require sharp edges. You do not need to harden to remain effective. Compassion does not weaken authority. It confirms it. You are proof that strength and tenderness can coexist without compromise. There will be moments when you reflect and realize how much noise left your life. Fewer arguments, fewer explanations, fewer internal battles. That peace did not arrive because life became easy. It arrived because you stopped negotiating with what you already discerned. You are no longer trying to become someone. You are allowing who you are to lead. Chosen one, you may experience a deep sense of normalcy that feels almost strange after everything you survived. Do not misinterpret this. Stability is not stagnation. It is the result of answered prayers you once cried for in exhaustion. This is also where discipline becomes gentle but firm. You will naturally protect your time, guard your energy, simplify your environment, not out of fear, but out of respect for what you carry. Stewardship at this level is instinctive. Anointed one comparison will try to re-enter quietly, not loudly, through subtle thoughts. Am I doing enough? Am I moving fast enough? Release those questions. Destiny does not operate on comparison. It responds to obedience. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not early. You are aligned. There may be moments when doubt whispers that peace means you have stopped growing. Do not believe it. Growth does not always feel like stretching. Sometimes it feels like grounding. Roots grow in silence. Chosen one. The influence you carry now works differently. You may never know how many people are strengthened by simply watching how you live, how you choose honesty, how you walk away without bitterness, how you remain calm when chaos would be justified. This is leadership without performance, authority without announcement. I want to ground this with honesty. You will still have human days, tired days, quiet days, days without revelation. These do not disqualify you, they protect you. You are not required to be profound every moment. You are required to be real. Your relationship with God will feel less transactional now. Less asking, more abiding, less striving, more trust. This is intimacy matured. Chosen one. Your life is no longer waiting to be validated. Heaven has already responded. Doors will continue to open when needed. Provision will continue to align with purpose. Relationships will continue to clarify. You do not need to rush. You do not need to announce. You do not need to defend. Live with integrity. Move with wisdom. Rest without guilt. Love without agenda. You are not here to prove you were chosen. You are here to live like it. And that is more powerful than words. Chosen one, as this moment closes, let it settle in your spirit that nothing you heard was accidental. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the exact intersection of divine timing and personal obedience. What has been set in motion cannot be reversed. A supernatural transfer is already unfolding, not someday, but now. Heaven has responded to your integrity, and alignment has opened doors no force of darkness can shut. Anointed one, you do not walk forward alone. What once resisted you now makes way. What once drained you now releases you. What once delayed you now aligns. This is not hype. This is confirmation. The hand of God rests on this season, and favor is moving quietly but decisively on your behalf. Remain faithful. Stay aligned. Guard your peace and honor the stillness where God continues to speak. Walk with gratitude for what is manifesting even before you see it fully formed. What is coming will not require striving, only stewardship. As you stay rooted in integrity, provision will meet purpose and clarity will meet every step. I bless your mind with peace, your path with light, your hands with provision, and your heart with courage. May wisdom lead you, discernment protect you, and grace surround every decision you make from this moment forward. If your spirit bears witness to what has been released today, you may quietly mark it by writing 777 in the comments as a seal of agreement. If you feel led, remain connected by subscribing and sharing this message with another who carries the same uncommon integrity. Let this not end here. Go forward, chosen one. Heaven has already gone ahead of you.